All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We are back with another video, and this time a vinyl tag. No, it's a non-vinyl tag 2021. And thanks to Alan at Static Traveler for starting this one. I think this is a great one. This is right down my alley. 10 questions, so let's get to it. Show a mini album replica format CD and or one with unusual packaging. And it's funny, I was just thinking about this the other day in terms of album replica format. I think this is a great one. This is Phil Spector, the Phillies album collection, where they replicate some of the classic albums that Phil Spector produced, of course, including the Ronettes featuring Veronica or Ronnie Spector, the Fabulous Ronettes. But this is just such a nice album replica, because often for these sleeves they're smaller or even thinner cardboard, but I just think this replicates, like, it's got all of the just everything that you would be looking for, including sleeve as well, and it's just slightly larger and a nice size, slightly larger than a CD or jewel case of booklet. So it's, it increases the size of it. Like it's got a decent size to it, and as I say, like, it really right down to the way it's packaged, including, now it's not a hard spine, but they do have the, you might not be able to see that, they do have the information that's on the spine, much like you would see on the actual LP jacket, and complete with just an inner sleeve as well, and then the CD simply inside like that. But in terms of, I don't see this style of CD album sort of replicas. It's often, with the original album series or all those kind of best of series where it's a simple sleeve that doesn't have a spine or anything like that. I think this is one of the better ones for sure. I just think I really like the whole look of this. So a real nice one. Now, an album or a CD that has unusual packaging. I'm going to feature a local artist from Stratford, Ontario by the name of Dan Stacey. He's a fiddle player and singer. Generally, he does traditional fiddle music, but this one he's kind of pursuing just his own sound, sort of incorporating the fiddle and with vocals as well. But he hand did these. So the CD's inside. So it's Dan Stacey did all of the artwork in terms of writing all the credits on the back. There's an actual photo that's pasted right on the back. Now I can never get this back in, but simply then it just opens up like that, and then the CD is simply inside like that, and the CD's pretty much all just kind of burned off like that. But yeah, local artist, and so this was number 66, and I'm not sure how many he made, but as I say, I can never get it to fold back in quite properly. But that's some rather unusual but handcrafted packaging. There you go, Dan Stacey and Kid Who is the name of the album. Okay, number 2, show a music book you have returned to often. Without a doubt for me, this reference book, this is the top 40 hits according to Billboard magazine. The Billboard book of top 40 hits written by Joel Whitburn. I refer to this time and time again, and it's such a nice layout. You're just looking up, and this is artist, so if you're looking up generally any artist, top 40 from like roughly 1955. This one goes to somewhere in the 80s. I can't remember. It doesn't really say. 1955 to the present, but I think the present, when I got this book quite some time ago, was like sort of early 80s or mid 80s. But this is what I base my, in terms of alphabetizing, both my CDs and my vinyl, I base my alphabetizing on this book. I guess in terms of Discogs, I understand that the way it's alphabetized for Discogs, that any bands or whatever with numbers go first, and that's not the case for actual Billboard. Say if it's the 1910 Fruit Gum Company, they would fall under the letter N, not the numbers 19, or 38 Special would fall under TH, that sort of thing. So an invaluable book. I refer to this time and time again. Again, really love these Joel Whitburn books, top 40 Billboard. Okay. Show 3 releases linked by the same artist from 3 different decades. Okay, somebody to choose from. I'm going with Bruce Cockburn, Canadian artist, and this is In the Falling Dark, Bruce Cockburn from the 70s. And then we switch to Bruce Cockburn in the 80s with World of Wonders, getting a bit of a different look there. And then we have Bruce Cockburn in the 90s with Nothing But a Burning Light. And he's kind of gone back to the beard and shaved the beard, but there's 3 decades right there, and you can keep going because Bruce Cockburn's still very much going. So Bruce Cockburn from the 3 decades there. Show a box set you own with the most CDs. A box set. Now, I don't own any of those Columbia collections like the Bob Dylan one, and I just knew Mazzy was going to show his Johnny Cash Columbia collection, and sure enough, he did. I thought when this question comes up, here we go, and sure enough, he did. So I don't own those collections. And in terms of my box sets, and I had to read this carefully because it says show a box set you own with the most CDs. So many of these box sets also include Blu-rays and DVDs. I was thinking it was going to be one of my King Crimson ones, but in terms of actual CDs, it is actually this box set that also includes vinyl. This is Nazareth, the box set, and Loud and Proud that I'm holding upside down. There we go, Nazareth, Loud and Proud, the box set. So this one contains 32 CDs and a whole whack of vinyl as well. So in terms of my collection for the moment, or at least the present, this is the box set with the most CDs. A few came pretty close. Gentle Giant, that box set came in at 29 CDs, and a Golden Earring Studio Collection came in at 29 CDs. But at 32, I think Nazareth is the winner, gagnant. Okay, so let's carry on to show a music magazine or magazine produced publication. So nice to see how often Mojo comes up for this non-vinyl tag 2021. So there's Mojo magazine from the UK, terrific mag. Classic rock, I often pick up this for a lot of their spotlights. And also, you still got to go with Rolling Stone. There's a Bob Dylan spotlight on there. For Rolling Stone, I tend to only buy their sort of artist or music spotlights rather than the regular magazine. But okay, there you go. Okay, moving right along, show a non-music CD or cassette. And again, there's so many like comedy ones that you could show, but I don't know if you've ever noticed in the background, in terms of my Beatle collection, there's been some fairly wide spine ones that say the Beatles, and you'll notice that they're missing because I have them here. These are Simply Beatles interview discs. So these are a whole bunch of CDs that I bought on Laserlight Digital. So there's absolutely no music or Beatles music involved for copyright reasons, obviously. But these are interviews, tons of interview clips for the Beatles through the years. And so, yeah, these are fun to listen to every once in a while, just because of the years that they cover with the Beatles. And yeah, there you go. So Beatles interview discs. The one is called In Their Own Words, a Rockumentary, and then the other is called simply Inside Interviews. Okay, but of course there's lots of comedy CDs available as well for non-music stuff. Show an album you have not played in over 2 years. Okay, I'm almost embarrassed to show you this. A great album, but I was just looking at my CDs and thought, I don't think I played this for about 2 years, talking about this absolutely classic album, The Quintet. Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Bud Powell, Max Roach, Charlie Mingus. Fantastic album, but for whatever reason, I don't think I've played it for over 2 years. And live at Massey Hall, and I think the auditorium was only about half filled. I think there was a big boxing match going on at the same time. But what an amazing performance! And so glad they captured this. And this has been released a number of times with just an unbelievable variety of different colors, and this is just definitely one of them. The Quintet, great album, but gonna have to play this tonight for sure. Okay, show a music-related DVD you would recommend. I got this one as kind of a VCLT locally. Linda Ronstadt, this is The Sound of My Voice, and this is a documentary on Linda Ronstadt, and of course, she is amazing. This confirms she's amazing, but it also certainly looks at the health issues that Linda Ronstadt has been suffering, but what an incredible talent, amazing artist, but well worth checking out, Linda Ronstadt and The Sound of My Voice. Okay, show an album which was a disappointment. I think that's an easy one. I got to go with Spice Girls Forever. When Ginger left the band, the magic was gone. Disappointing. Spice Girls Forever. There you go. Okay, show an album with a poor cover and or an album you would never play in front of the parents or your kids. So the album with a poor cover, I don't know, there's obviously a lot of choices, but it's interesting. It's often live albums that I think have a lot of poor covers. Like, of all the photos, James Taylor Live, great double live album. Why would you go with this photo? Like, I mean, even the back's a lot better than... It's always the kind of blurry photos for live albums, which I think they think is cool, but I don't know. I just have never quite quite warm to that. So, you know, not the most exciting cover for James Taylor live. And I believe this was his first live album, in fact. So, yeah, a little disappointing there. And an album that I wouldn't play in front of my parents or my kids. Now, my kids are fully grown, so I don't think that's an issue. And my mother is 90 years of age, so I'm sure I could probably play just about anything. I don't think she'd be terribly upset. But here's one that wouldn't necessarily be a go-to. This is the one that came to mind, Frank Zappa, Joe's Garage. So this is the double CD that includes X1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I wouldn't rush to put this on, shall we say, in mixed company, if you will. But I'm telling you, Watermelon and Easter Hay is a beautiful, beautiful instrumental. And, you know, I love Frank Zappa, but yeah, sometimes, yeah, sometimes. Frank Zappa, Joe's Garage. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this one. This is the non-vinyl tag 2021, and I've been enjoying watching the videos, and hope to see some more. Take care. Bye-bye.